The development of your baby's brain is a very long and complicated process. Even though it starts before they're born, it will carry on developing well into their teenage years. Most babies are not born until they're developed enough to face life in the outside world, but their brain, along with other parts of their nervous system, has not yet finished developing. In fact, life on the outside is necessary for a lot of the development to take place. Their brain grows a lot during pregnancy and their first year of life. And by the time your baby is born, their brain is already a quarter of its adult size. This is quite impressive when you think about it. Compare that to their arms or legs and imagine if they were a quarter of their adult size. Imagine how funny they'd look. From the moment your baby came into the world, they were ready to learn. And provided they are stimulated by the sights and sounds around them, their brain will work like a little sponge, soaking everything up. Every time your baby looks at your face, they are in fact stimulating the area of their brain that processes visual information, and they'll get better and more efficient at it as time progresses. Your baby's brain and nervous systems are immature when they're born, and that's the reason they don't move around a lot in the early days, or recognise where they are and what's around them. The most developed area of their brain at birth is the part which controls all of their basic reflexes, things like crying and suckling, as well as breathing, blood pressure and heart rate. But they're developing really quickly, and by the time your baby is 3 months old, their brain has already matured so much that some of the automatic reflexes they were born with, like grasping and spontaneous crying, have started to disappear. The development of memory is a fascinating subject. The area of the brain that manages this is not fully mature at birth and undergoes a lot of development in the first 2 years of life, which is why long-term memory improves around 2 years of age. This means that the ability to remember develops over time, but it seems that babies learn fast. When they're only 10 days old, your baby can remember the way you smell, and by the time they're 3 months, your baby will recognise you by sight. Of course, good nutrition is essential for your baby's brain development, especially during the first 2 years. Can you believe that when your baby is first born, their brain uses 70% of their total energy intake? Fat is an important source of essential fatty acids, and some fats also provide long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acids, LCPs for short, that are important in brain, eye and nervous tissue development.